Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge mini pendant called the Cuff, and this is going to be the Cuff Medium 187330. So the most striking thing about the Cuff, I think anyway, is the glass. It's this beautiful hand-blown piece of glass. If you guys are familiar with Steuben from way back in the day, they were a New York glass company that made beautiful, clear, handmade glass. It reminds me a lot of that. This is a piece off of, actually, I'm not sure if this is the medium or the large, but anyway, it's a gorgeous piece of glass, and I want you guys to see it up close, get a good chance to check it out, and let's move into more detail on this. So, the height of the fixture itself, before we get to the telescoping rods, is going to be 7.5 inches tall, 5.4 inches in diameter, and that's going to be, obviously, the diameter of the glass on the bottom. You're going to have some adjustable ranges, and how Hubbardton does that is they own the patent on this telescoping rod idea. So you have a smaller rod telescoping into a bigger rod. Where they come together is called a clutch. It's this part right here. It looks kind of like an olive. Has a little hex nut right in the side there. This is going to come with a little hex wrench. I don't know if you can see this little guy. That's going to tighten and untighten that little clutch in there and allow this to move up and down during your installation. Don't cut any wires till you get it where you want it to be. This is going to give you 3 different ranges from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture to choose from, and we're going to go over those now. So the short is, and actually there's 2 that are kind of redundant. So the short's 29.7 to 37.2. The standard is 29.7 to 45.5. Long 35.5 to 53.2. So if you want this shorter than the short, let's say you want to come down from the ceiling shorter than 29.7 or longer than 53.2, custom. We do custom every day. Best thing to do, just drop me a quick email. I send over to the Hubbardton Forge Customs department. They look into a database, get back to me on a quote. Adds a little time, adds a little money, but we do it every day and it's very easy. So moving on from there, this is going to be slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. If you guys have a slope ceiling, you're fine. There's a little knuckle built right at the top, right here, that's going to allow this to pivot like that and be slope ceiling adaptable. So here's your slope, and it's going to hang straight down. It's going to be hanging from a 5-inch round diameter canopy. This is going to go up on your ceiling. It's all the same finish as the fixture that you choose, and has this mounting bracket in the back. That's going to go on your 4-inch junction box. This is going to be what you guys have in your ceilings, or should have in your ceilings. If some of you have one of these, there's a kit that can fix that part too. So, but you should have this in your ceiling. Or if you're doing new construction, just make sure you put this in your ceiling. How about if you say it that way? Let's talk about what's inside of this. So Hubbardton Forge calls this a halogen fixture. However, it is not really a halogen fixture because there are lots of LEDs that are going to work in this too. It's going to be using a porcelain G9 socket. It is going to ship with a 60-watt halogen, which actually I think you should use in the beginning, and you never touch a halogen bulb with your bare hands like I'm doing. It diminishes the life, the oils in your hands will diminish the life of that bulb. Just use a little tissue to handle it. But anyway, so it's going to ship with this little halogen bulb. It's a dimmable fixture, so make sure you put it on a decent dimmer. However, you can use LEDs, and you'll notice, like, I have a ton of LEDs that will fit into this beautifully. The trick is, you know, when you get into this piece of glass, you want to get an LED that doesn't really poke out the bottom of this cuff. See that metal cuff right there? Because you don't really want to see the LED. And you notice a lot of these are really long. They're making all kinds of new LEDs, so you have to scout around on the internet a little bit to get one that's going to work for your needs. But, you know, if you have a little patience, these are changing these are changing radically fast. So technology is really ahead of the game on this. So I would say use the halogen. Take your time looking on the web to find an LED that'll work for you, and the color temperature you want and the amount of lumens coming out. There's really no limit to what you can get for an LED. Your limit is, like, you know, the bulb getting into the glass, and I think this is a 75-watt equivalent LED, you know, and it fits into the glass fine. And this is the biggest one I found on the web, so you're good to go there. So moving on from there, why don't we talk about metal finishes? When you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, over on the left-hand side of your screen in the red tabs is going to be a finishes help guide. Give it a click for me. It's going to show you a video at the top. It's me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they look on different types of forging. So you'll notice there's a chart, if you scroll down a little bit, that just below that has 10 finishes on it. You can click on that chart, just FYI, and bigger pictures will pop up, so you get a chance to see a lot more finishes. But you'll also notice there's pictures that have a letter A on them, pictures that have a letter B on them, showing you a range and variance that you can expect to see on some Hubbardton forge finishes on heavy forging. Not a lot of heavy forging on this fixture, so it's going to be more like the pictures with the letter B on them for boy, all talked about in that video up above. So you're good to go on finishes. Another quick thing, if you're on the website, our page for this on Handmade in Vermont, over on the right hand side of your screen, if you scroll down under those pull down menus, you're going to see a hyperlink, and it's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Click on that for me. That is a great resource of information for you guys to see all the parts I'm talking about. There's a parts list. The installation instructions are going to be the same ones that are going to be in the box that come with this. It's going to show you how all these parts fit together, how they work, how this goes onto your canopy. So it's going to just be a plethora of information for you. So check that out too if you get a chance, and you can print it out and really get to know the fixture, and then you feel better about it. So I think that's really about it. We have this on display on the second floor of our showroom. Our showroom has over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures spread across 2 floors. Our showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Showroom also has a clearance center, and clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It returns discontinued stuff and showroom samples. You can see everything we have on our showroom floor. Back on our website, there's a What's on Display page back on those red tabs, so if you click on that, you'll be able to see everything that's here. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No other dealer does that. Some big items do not come back. We're always going to tell you about that ahead of time. Those are generally big things on pallets, and there will always be a little note on the page for it, so keep an eye out for that. And then we also offer a rush program. So Hubbardton Forge generally takes 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you get all your finishes and ranges and those kind of things. We can cut that time in half. It's per line item. It's very inexpensive. So if you have multiples of the same thing, so let's say you're doing 2 or 3 or 4 of this exact fixture in the same finish, same stem length, it's dirt cheap. So just contact me about that. You can email us at sales@handmadeinvermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call 802-446-2400, and I'm here, like I said, every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. So that covers everything. Check out the other sizes on this, and if you guys have any questions, let me know, okay? Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.